What's up, y'all? It's your boy Rick, aka the People's Barber, and welcome to another edition of Flawless Fridays. Today we're going to be doing a bald taper, and to do that we're going to be using my Wahl Cordless Magic Clips, my Wahl balding clippers, my Wahl Detailers, and finalize it for the detail, my Flawless exposed razor. Let's get to it. Alright guys, to start we're going to use my number 2 guard, Cordless Magic Clips, and cut against the grain. Now that I've completed the number 2 all the way around, what I like to do next is get the outline. For that, we'll be using my Wahl Detailers, starting in the nape area and then working our way forward. Starting from the bottom, working up to the top of the ear, and then from the front of the ear to meet back up. Once I have my line, I then flip my trimmer the other way and use it like a clipper. Using just the corner of the blade to get around the ear. This is one of the reasons why I like my Wahl Detailer. It has a T-wide blade. Now that I've got the back complete, I'll work from the front of the ear back. Now I want to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Once again, starting from the bottom, working my way up. Using just the corner of my blade to go around the ear. Now coming from the front, working the way back. Now that we have that complete, I'll work on the taper and the nape area. Okay, now we're going to use my Wahl Detailers to create the baldness to begin the taper. Using the detailer like a clipper and going small C-like motion. Now I'm going to switch over to my Wahl Cordless Magic Clips, closed lever to continue the blend. Still using small C-like motions. Now opening it up to a half. Now grabbing my number 1 guard, closing my lever, continuing the blend. Now opening it up to a 1.5. Now I'm going to put my number 1.5 guard on, close my lever, and continue the blend. Now what I want to do is buff out some areas of demarcation with my number 1 guard, opening and closing my lever where I feel needed to continue the blend. Continuing the same steps with my half guard, opening and closing my lever. And this completes our taper in the nape area. Next step is the edge up in the front. So that way we can make sure the taper on the sides comes out nice and precise. When doing an edge up, you always want to start in the center, right above the nose. Now when doing the corners, I turn my detailer sideways to take full advantage of my T-wide blade. So the corner area is optional. Some people like the arch, some clients don't like the arch. My client here doesn't like the arch, so we'll now start to blend the taper on this entire side. Still starting with my Wahl Detailers to getting my guide. Now we'll be using my Wahl Cordless Magic Clips With the 0, closing my lever. Now opening it up to a half. Now I'll grab my number 1 guard, close my lever, continuing the blend. Now opening my lever to a 1.5. Now I'll use a 1.5 guard, close lever. Now I'm going to grab my half guard, opening and close my lever to continue with the blend. Using just the corner of my blade. Number 1 guard, open and close my lever, continue with the blend. And that completes the taper on that side. Now we'll start the edge up on the opposite side. Continuing in the center again and working to the side I'm standing on. Now that I've got the front complete, I'll turn my trimmer sideways to continue with the side edge up. Now starting the edge up on the corner, turning my Wahl Detailers sideways to take full advantage of the T-wide blade. Now that I have that complete, I want you to follow the exact same steps on this taper as we did on the opposite side. Now that we've completed the taper on the opposite side as well, one last thing I want to do before letting my client leave is make sure I got all the flyaways, all the loose hairs on top. So I'm going to go with my number 2 guard and cut against the grain again, just to make sure I'm getting it nice and even. Now using my flawless exposed razor, I'll give the edge up a real precise look. And this concludes this week's edition of Flawless Fridays. Make sure to follow your boy on Instagram at The People's Barber and Facebook at Rick The People's Barber. We out.